Hello, my friends. It's GleeCon, and I'm happy, as always, to be joining you for another installment of World of Warcraft. Today is the start of a new in-game week. The weekly resets on Tuesday have led way to a new attempt at the final missing piece of Thunder Fury, Blessed Blade of the Windseeker. So stay a while and listen as we take our character who's been collecting all of the things and give her another shot at running it. She has been working on Hydraxian Waterlords. She's at 3,699 reputation. And she is here in Booty Bay because she's also the person that's been going through all of our rare fish. We are down to just one of those too. We're gonna go ahead and run the whole instance because there's a few things that we can still gain from it. One, we can still find Blood of the Mountain. I believe you need around 10 Blood of the Mountain if we happen to get lucky enough to find a recipe for Sulfuron, so we can get some of those. Two, I actually think we might need some more Elementium ingots for something. I think it's for some of the Temple of Ahn'Qiraj stuff, so we might have to factor that back in. They're not that tough to get, though. You can typically get at least one per run. I think we'll ultimately need 3, maybe 10. I don't know, but not that big of a deal to get the Elementium. If it extends our Temple timeline a little bit, it's going to be okay because Temple's not going to hold anything up for us. We're going to be able to start moving to other content while we work on it. So I'm not as worried about this. Same thing with this Thunder Fury. We're just going to be attempting it once per week, as we have been doing. We have beaten Ragnaros enough times. We've gotten his essence, and we actually got Baron Geddon's binding already. It says the enchanted Elementium bars. I don't have that. You need a lot of Arcanite crystal for that. Arcane crystal. Across my accounts, I have somewhere around 60. You need 100 total. But that's not that hard to farm. And we're going to be doing some force farming with my warrior characters soon. So, in just a couple weeks. So unless we get really, really lucky today, or... Yeah, because we're going to finish the Warlock this week. And the Mage. So we're going to finish 6 and 7 of our 9 characters. And then we'll have another attempt next week. So then if we don't get lucky this week, then next week we can try to get lucky. And put my poisons on. And if we don't get lucky next week, that would allow us to run through our priest and most of or at least begin our final character, which will be the warrior, and he's going to be the guy we're doing the farming with anyway. So I want us to get lucky. I want us to get it today. That'd be the most awesome thing. But if it takes us a few more weeks, we have things that we still need to do. That's not gonna... It's really not going to make me feel like we're grinding the content too hard. Alright, but meanwhile, the way you get that is you can get it from any Molt Destroyer, I think they're called, and then you have a smaller chance to get it from the Dark Iron Deposits. We also want Sulfuron ingots. I think you need 10 of those, and we have maybe 4 or 5, something like that. Where are they at? We've got 5. Those you don't need for a quest. That's just for a neat transmog. You want to get the Sulfuron axe, or mace, I mean. But you need the recipe for that, and then you need a bunch of other crap. But the difficult things, the things that matter, are you'll need the Sulfuron ingots. We also need the recipe to drop. Yeah, I don't know any of those. That's the lowest of low priorities. And then the other reason why we're running through here is we need reputation. You get about Oh man, there are how many bosses? 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, there's 10. 10 bosses in this instance. I think 6 of the 10 are worth just 100 rep. Then 3 of the 10 are worth 150. There's Lucifron. So this is our first boss we're gonna kill. We're only coming over here for the rest. Very hard to get reputation. We did just get a transmog, the Arcanist Boots. I guess we didn't have that. So anyway, yeah. So that brings you a little over 1,000, and then I don't think you even get that much, 300 or 400. Okay, no reps that time. I mean, no transmogs. For beating Ragnaros himself. So you can get somewhere in the ballpark of 1,500 reputation per run. We started about 3,500. You need 21,000 for this last piece if you want to get to Exalted. That means we're at 17,500. Remaining 5 at 1,500 would be 7,500. So then we would need another. So around a dozen runs. So yeah, that's what it would take us. It would take us around a dozen runs to get there. So 12 or so more weeks, or about 12 more weeks, 3 months from now. And we are not going to really be pursuing that. That's the only thing that's tied to that at this stage of the game is, I believe, an achievement. There's maybe a feat of whatever it's called, legendary feat or whatever, feat of strength. That's tied to getting the reputation of Exalted for the Hydraxian Waterlords. I've never gotten that reputation before. That achievement. Never had a character Exalted on them. So that's worth pursuing while we're at it, because one day we'll come back to it. Nothing cool there. Still haven't seen the Molten his little minion. Alright, so we're here. These Molten Destroyers, and when I say they have a chance to drop it, it's an extremely small chance. It's like a 1 in 1,000 chance or something stupid like that. Silenced. And then it's why we've run this one so many times. I think I've gained a grand total of 3 Heart of the Mountains. Maybe only 2. Alright, and there will come to a point, though, where all we are coming in here is quickly run to Gar every time. Okay, we did not get one. Here is the real... here it is, the moment of truth. Here is Gar, right here. Fingers crossed we can drop everything else. Nope. Not this week. Another week of no Gar, and unfortunately they're soulbound when you pick them up, so there's no way around it. You can't. It's not like the other ones. I guess you could hypothetically grind this on multiple characters, see who got both or whatever, but see who could be your first to get 2. But now this is a freaking waste. Not a waste. There's the things I just described that. This week is a wash, so we're going to be doing it at least 1 more week. Boo, boo, boo. Statistically, it's whatever. It could take us years. It is a 1 in 30. I mean, expected value would be to take about 30-something runs to do it. We just happen to get lucky and get Baron Geddon's. Already. Not good at that time. Cool, fine. Whatever.
Son,
we got Night Slayer boots. That's cool. I think that's actually the Rogue set, right? Yep, that's the rogue set. I don't think that we have that complete set yet. We did get one of the complete sets. I think we actually might have maybe two of them. Alright. Oh, it does say that allowed us to have completed the Night Slayer set. So that was the last Night Slayer thing we needed. So cool. We got the rogue set. Excellent. Alright, so we've done 4 bosses. Okay. Alright, so what do we got here? Now, we could move down Golemag. Is the person who he's the one that drops the sulfuran ingots, and he might be the person that can drop the actual sulfuran plans. I can't remember if Ragnaros or that guy drops the plans. But we're already pretty, I mean, as long as you're focused, if you're not going around and trying to kill every single mob, now that they don't give us all the rep anymore. These guys give us, that one only gave us 100 too. Okay. That Crimson Shocker. Yes, that wasn't worth anything either. Alright, down to 3 bosses. Here is Golemag, he's coming up. He's the last one I think of any interest other than Ragnaros himself. Potentially has, who knows what you get out of that bad boy. You get a cool transmog, cool mount, I don't know. Or maybe he's the Thunderhawk guy. We still need ingots, so if nothing else, there's that. Plus, Golemag here is one of the 150 bosses. Maybe there is only 2, maybe only him and the one other one are. Okay, we did get a sulfuran ingot. We also got this core ash thing. That is, we already have 3 of those, so now those are just for selling, but they give you a little pet. They give you like a little baby, I don't remember.
It's too far away.
An ashstone core. Maybe that's like a little baby elemental style thing. Okay, runes of warding are gone. We're now going to bring our fight to the main lieutenant. We had to come in here for a few reasons. We needed core leather. There was a bunch of stuff that we needed to do that. In hindsight, seems like nothing compared to what we've been doing, living with runes of Ahn'Qiraj grind. Major Domo Executus, the infamous, the cool, minions.
Impossible. Stay your attack, mortals. I submit. I submit. Rashly, you have come to.
Poor Houndtooth, so we must have had those.
You will soon regret the recklessness of your quest.
Okay, so
I go now to summon the Lord whose house this is.
50.
Should you succeed, your paltry life will surely be forfeit. Nevertheless, seek out his lair.
If anything cool, I guess I'll go in my mailbox. Alright, so we've more or less gotten all of the ore. The instance ran right through those guys. Lawbringer. The Lawbringer set. Paladins is not a good paladin dungeon. On Classic, I've been building the Lawbringer setup for my guy. Alright, so we got, unless there's one right in front of Ragnaros, we got no Blood of the Mountain. We did get some rep and a sulfuran ingot. We'll get a few hundred more rep right here. Get us close to 5,000. It's still quite a far ways away. Weeks and weeks away. From Hydraxian Waterlords. But we'll go kill Ragnaros one more time. Alright, and then after that we're going to switch over to Oh, am I still wearing my fishing boots? Sure am. Doesn't matter, I guess. Hydraxian waterloads, and we'll switch over to... we'll switch over to our Warlock to continue working on the Warlock today. And we'll check back in next Wednesday on this one. I am down to 5 working days. Or I'm going on a work from home trip, and I cannot wait. Still have a lot of work to do the next couple of days. Waiting for one of those chill where I can just be like, hey, the job is done, but it's not. I had some meeting today. I had 8 meetings today. Something like that. I had 8 back-to-back with one lady. And others, but it's like a meeting runner job. But she did all the meetings, all this paperwork, and then when it's all done, she's like, I need you to do this with it, I need you to do this with it, I need you, which is, I've never had to do it before. I think the problem is that the lady that used to run that side of things, she quit another job. So we just don't have anybody right now. So I think I'm just being told, hey, this is on you. And that's arguable. But whatever. So I'm like, okay, well, I have a really busy week. Is this like, hey, can I get it changed in the next 2 weeks? And she goes, preferably by this Friday. I'm like, okay, well,
the Fire Lord.
That's gonna be tight.
He who was ancient when this world was young. Bow before him,
She's like,
bow before your too soon.
I'm like, well, I guess I'm just gonna put it at the top of the pile and get it done by Friday. And then she's like, okay, so if you could just get it to me by, you know, anytime before 9 a.m. Friday. I'm like, before 9 a.m.
We have invaded your sanctum and seek to steal your
I have a meeting from the time I get to work at like 7 until like
You allowed these insects to
11 or something on Friday. Like, what? I was like, that's not... by the time I even get to my office, it'll be past 9 a.m. So I was like, so you're really saying go do this tomorrow? And I was like, and I have meetings like from 11 a.m. till the end of the day tomorrow, so...
For you, insects.
Like, so I gotta basically come in and... Oh man, I hate it when it happens on camp, of all people. Now I gotta throw some crap away.
Inventory is full.
God. Bro, so annoying. Because you gotta get, he's like blocking the, his body takes up the, there we go, it's off in the corner there. What else can we toss? Those.
I can't carry anymore.
Okay. I don't. You know what? We'll just use our booty base shoes now. I'll have more than a day of cooldown. So anyway, I got a couple days. A lot of stuff. A lot of deadlines. Then. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna leave her there, and we're gonna go switch to our Warlock now. Then there's a 3-day weekend this weekend because it's Memorial Day, so that's great. Hopping on now. Alright, so ideally, perfect world, we gain at least 6 levels. We might not do it, but we shall go and try. Sanctuary chest collection. My item has been delivered. Alright, whatever. Yeah, we just had to check in on this Lady Vespia. And then I wanted to pick up the quest to kill the Nagas. That's what it was. Where are we at on time right now as we kick off? That took 20 minutes. We got hour 40. The Naga at the door. Zorum Strand is what we're picking up. And I think I'm just gonna go hunt for Lady Vespia first. Then we're gonna go turn in the Genu of the Sacred Ring. I say this is not her. I thought she could appear in multiple spots. It would appear that is accurate. You could appear all the way this close to the... Yeah, she did. I wanted to go here first so that we could... I didn't want to do that. Threw my baby hamster too soon. I drew some threat. I drew some aggro. I kind of like that. I feel like I'm doing my job right if I took the aggro from the tank. At least in this case, the tank is just my buddy. My little demon buddy. Alright, we got a head. And... Lady Vespia. Wrap that one up. Okay, cool. So... Decent aggro... decent XP. We now go into Blackrock Depths and see what we can do here. Swim speed a pinch while we're in. Now here's where this is a little bit worse because there used to be I'll get it out eventually, don't you worry. This used to be a dungeon? Maybe I was gonna say that? Who can say? Who can really tell with me? Bro. So I'm getting in my vibe still of getting back in the flow with this character. I feel like the dogs should keep fighting. Yeah, once they're out, like they should go. Yeah, they do. Okay. Like their new mini pets. Yeah, but we gotta get it all the way down. No, these used to be... Not, this is... These used to be elites. So... I guess that's actually good, not bad. Okay. Alright, so... Fighting these little... Oh, see, they do get healed. I was like... In fact, I saw that happen the other time. I'm like... They just got healed. And they did. Okay. Maybe they only heal each other. Let's do it. I feel like I would like to see my Shadow Bolt a little stronger. Anyway, we gotta make our way all the way into the instance to turn this quest in. That's the whole point of all this. It is annoying. Not a lot we can do about it. And it's I think, a moderate amount of XP. Okay, that one. We're just exploding demons everywhere, and I guess that's what demonology is all about, right? Just constantly. I don't have an interrupt. And then we're gonna have to fight this whole way back out. I don't like that. I mean, that's pretty good though. Like, that's a lot of. Like, boom, boom, boom. Alright, so just getting into my rotation here. I'm having a good time. So I guess that's a good sign. Like, it's engaging enough. It's definitely not Beastmaster Hunter. There's a pretty decent amount of things to pay attention to. So I like that. A lot going on, and it seems like the damage is okay, and the survivability is great. You can complain about that. All these plus stam moves and everything. Yesterday we dropped the Final Fantasy II episode. That was pretty fun. I did not get as much done as I was. That was a sort of a bummer. It turned out that there was a lot. I thought I was going to be working on getting the ultimate weapon of a particular character, and I did do that, but it was really a lot of prep work. But I think it ends up being like prep work for 2 of the ultimate weapons. So that's cool. Jeez, she doesn't kill fast. That's for sure. I mean, I guess I could fear her. All I could do. Because otherwise... How am I going to interrupt? Alright, we found the freaking entrance. Now, you also... I think that they don't expect people to come in here, really, anymore. They just expect you to... join the instance. I also wish that we could...
Hey man, help us! The Twilight's hammer be fixed him to sacrifice our green hides.
Friendly with Thunder Bluff. Alright, let's get these. One-handed sword. No, it's like I touch my 30 intellect. That's what I have. This cape. Take that. This thing is locked behind a paywall. How'd I get that? I have no idea how I got that. I got the Sanctuary chest, light, Dark Rook, and Light Bishop. I have no idea. Locked behind a paywall, and the Dark King. I don't know how I got them. Are they just giving them away for free? Dark Bishop. We're just getting the whole chest set. Light Rook. Oh, maybe it's a Diablo thing. Because they are Sanctuary, Dark Queen. So maybe I'm getting it because I pre-ordered the Dark Knight. I bet you that's right. Because I pre-ordered the Diablo 4 new expansion, and I bet you they just dropped whatever the next piece was. 100% that's what it's for. I don't know. I do not want. Oh my gosh, they're all respawned back in now. Jeez, this thing is a lot of them back to back. I've got it before it can res. Or whatever, heal itself. Things are annoying. Oh man, we got another one? Bro. Gonna heal. Nothing. Now, I guess I technically do have a spell interrupter if I were to summon that other kind of demon. If I were to use the Fellhound demon, that would be my way to interrupt. Okay? I mean, also the shield, like, I'm not having to heal very much. I'm not having to worry as much between the defensive moves. Yeah, we got him. That I picked, that I've gotten lately, and all this new bursting damage and everything. And damage giving me a shield on my... Like, we've upgraded the resorbing shield for me and my dude. That's helping us. Am I still on? Man, it's been more than 10 minutes just trying to get in here. Bummer. Okay. Man, I didn't want to do that. That part I don't like. Alright, so it took us more than 10 minutes to run there and back. How much did I gain XP-wise? 1550, and plus I fought. Like, it was almost half a level. Now we can kill 17 other Naga. Oh my. They're really pooping me off, man. Just like that. Like, that's what I don't know if they're on a time limit, if they draw aggro, if they get hit by AoE. I'm not sure what happens with these imps. Sometimes I feel like they just disappear. Like, God. He just says, commanding 3 wild imps. Okay, commanding them. Great. What am I commanding them to do? This is a little different. Now we're starting. Maybe that dude is.
I don't have a target.
Maybe he's better at fighting off magic or something, and that's why down in that cave we were okay. Now he's back to taking damage again, but now we're fighting melee guys again. I do like just watching the imps like fly at their face. I do hate that the crabs are freaking gonna get aggroed in no matter what. I think we are 9. After this guy, we should be at the halfway mark. This dude. I just noticed why it sometimes goes red sometimes. It's like if I interrupted. If I self-interrupted a cast. Like maybe it wants me to know, hey, you never got that cast off. That might be what it is. This time we pulled the crab. Then you're still stuck fighting a crab for no reason. Hate that. Naga to go. I mean, not 12 to go. We killed 12. 8 Naga to go. Out of the 20. Got him. Load on and everything. Rushing it. Yeah, when that thing was crocking like non-stop, it just quite the. I wish I could be. I have this dread, like, pit in my stomach feeling. I have almost, it's almost like this self-sabotage where the smartest thing to do would be, like, for me, oh, that guy's just evading nonstop. For my life right now, would be just to be patient, shut my freaking mouth, and ride the wave out. Ride it out. If I'm gonna be, you know, potentially moving on elsewhere or whatever for my own job, taking an opportunity, and it's not like a completely deadly thing because I already had the conversation with my boss. So it's not like, oh, she could turn this video on and learn whatever. So there's at least that. It's not like I'm making this open secret, but my wife, Joanne, my partner that I work with at work, they all keep telling me, just shut your mouth until you have signed the contract at the new place or whatever. Like, just don't say anything. Stop talking. Stop telling people. And it's not like I'm running around like, oh my gosh, you guys, you weren't gonna believe it. But there's been like a few people like that I've mentioned it to. And then there's also a, which that is whatever. I mean, okay, I'm telling people that I've told a few people that I'm probably going to be leaving, and before I have my eggs fully hatched, or, you know, like, I don't have anything other than, like, a kind of a verbal handshake that, yeah, this is probably going to happen. And it could completely bite me in the butt. 100% could bite me in the butt.
I need a target.
But also me saying, hey, I think I'm leaving, and then that bites me in the butt, that wouldn't cause me to lose my job. It might just make me look like a fool, and it's not going to do me any favors. It's going to be one more in the long list of reasons why I always get passed over for promotions. It's not helping my cause, that's for darn sure. Doesn't do me any favors whatsoever.
Easy!
But then I have a more dangerous situation where
That's pretty good.
so I had a particular position.
That's pretty good.
Go with honor.
Can I? Yeah. So I had a particular position about 5 years ago at this point, 4 years ago. I held a particular position. I really, really, really loved it. It was very different from what I do now. Yeah, what are we gonna do? I think we talked about, okay, let's just go up and do the exploration rare run in Darkwood. I think we're gonna do that Darkshore. We're gonna do that overhead loop. Because now we're sitting. What time is it? We only have about an hour and 15. We haven't even raised one level. A little bit of a grind there. So anyway, when this happened, so I basically did a role, a kind of a grunt work role. Nothing special about what I did. I mean, I was good at it, and within 2 years of being on it, they made me head of the whole department. Sure, to the chagrin of some, but whatever. I was a quickly rising star early in my career. And every year after, I picked up more responsibility, I took on more, got myself trained in more things, got more kind of accolades. But I was still just happy doing what I was doing. And I just thought to myself, like, yeah, that's it. That I didn't have like a, hey, maybe one day I will move my way up the ladder even more. It was just like, hey, I don't really want to do that. That's a whole different kind of job. I'm not super interested in it, whatever. And then I had a boss about 5-ish years ago. That was, he was a great boss, and he really believed in me. And he was like, dude, you've got to do more than this. Like, you are really, really great, and I believe in you. And then his kind of second in command was also just as much like, you are awesome. Here, I want to give you opportunities. I want to help you. So they promoted me, and they gave me this role, a challenging role, and it was really good. I loved it. I had a great time doing it. and I fell on top of it all, but I was successful. I loved it, and I was like, I could do this forever. Like, I think this person can't even chill long enough to figure out what it is. What is it? Carnivus the Breaker. Gosh, these guys. So, whatever. And basically, the person that ran that department had kind of handpicked me and trained me, and my manager above them was a big supporter of me, and it all seemed really cool. Oh, I did look for him too. Missed him. So we got some bad luck on the rares right now. This would all have been right before I started making this show. And then what happened was, right when everything seemed to be going so good, my supervisor got a promotion and left. She was kind of beefing with some other people that worked there, some people above her. So she was ready. It was nothing. It had nothing to do with me. You know, it was just her own life. She was ready to move on, and it was unfortunate, but that just happens in life. So I was bummed because we worked along really well. She had kind of hand chose me. But what are you gonna do? You know, I still had my job to do. The next year comes, and they bring this person over to be not even my supervisor, just to be a person that works in the department. And they promoted this other guy that just over seniority, and they made him the supervisor, a guy who had absolutely no ambition to ever want to do that role. They just gave it to him out of seniority. And he was like, well, I guess I'll take the promotion, you know? But he really did not care at all. Not. And he was cool, and we worked fine together. But he also, like, I mean, he literally just wanted to do the job. He did not want it. He never has wanted to do any of that management piece of it. He didn't want anything like that. So it was fine, but he was never gonna. He also, while him and I got along great, he's just not the kind of guy that's gonna stick his neck out for anybody. He's never gonna be like, hey, you know, that's my guy or whatever. Like, it's just, he's just not like that. So, in the middle of this year, as you know, 6 months or whatever goes along, and it starts to become apparent that, like, me and the couple things. One, this new lady has desires to move up. She wants to be the boss. And the guy that was the supervisor, he even kind of starts deferring to her, so the writing's on the wall. She's going to become the supervisor. Second thing happens is, her and I, it becomes increasingly obvious, are just incompatible. So this is shaping up to be a bad sitch for me, right? And to top it all off, we get a new guy in the company who tells me very shortly after working there, he kind of eyes me out, eyes the dynamic, and basically says, like, hey man, I just want you to know I want your job and I'm coming for it. Like, no hard feelings. It's not about you necessarily. I want your job, and I'm gonna take it from you if I can. And so I was like, haha, you know, like, good luck, man. Like, I'm doing fine at my job. Well, little did I know that those. So basically, they make the change. They make what's her name my new supervisor, and the first thing she does is come out and say, well, he's not a good fit. And this other guy I think he'll be a better fit. So let's get rid of... Well, I don't know exactly what happened behind closed doors. I don't know. But to this day, that's my sort of speculation. I'm pretty sure it went down that way. I was livid, and to this day, I mean, I could be wrong. You never know. But I'm 99.9% sure that that's what happened. But I don't know. I don't know 100% sure. But I do know... So, I was pissed. I had a chip on my shoulder. They essentially... They gave me, They basically gave me a demotion. They gave me a... They didn't call it a demotion. They made it a, I want Lady Vespera. They basically... I got a new job title. They pulled some things around and gave me some extra titles and responsibilities so that I would not be taking a pay cut. But essentially I got bumped out of the main hub and put off into an office by myself to run, to just whatever, just tuck away. And I immediately hated it. Like, I hated the job, and I had never been more unhappy in my entire career. I went from like a rising star to being tucked away in a hole, and the worst of it all was I didn't understand why. Like, I didn't understand how petty internal work politics could get. I didn't know it was going to go down like that. There he is. He just leveled up too. So, now, nobody ever said, obviously, that that's what happened. But I had never had a single negative mark about my performance, ever. As a matter of fact, quite the opposite. All I had was formal letters of praise and much documentation saying that I did a great job. But I'm in the right to work state, and you don't need any justification to show this job. So they took me off, and then a few months later, I was just like, you know what? I hate it. I hate my job. I hate my life here. Like, not my life in general, but I hate working here now, and I didn't tell this to my boss. I was just, as it started to sink, I told it to one of my friends, but who was my boss's secretary. Her and I were kind of close. Like, we were buddies, not super close, but I also said it kind of knowing it was going to get back to my boss at the time. And so my boss was like, basically like, well, what can we do? You know, I'm sorry that you feel that way. Can we... Here's some more responsibility that we can give you, because when, you know, we have some other things going to happen, and what if you start learning some of these other roles? So they started training me in my current job, and it ended up being serendipitous. They started training me in the job that I currently have, and the supervisor over that department was great, and her and I got along really well. And then in this great, like, coincidental thing, a kind of a twofold thing happened where they decided to create a position in the company because the role was, as the company was growing, the role took, as our branch was growing, the role took on such a big, like, bigger size, while also simultaneously the person that currently did the job that I was now training, and the person that was training me how to do it, she was also super, really friendly. Like, we were friends. Like, we would text each other, and I was not coming for her job or whatever. I was just like, look, because she also hated it. She didn't want to do it. She had another job too, and they were kind of making her do double duty. So at the same time as they were doing this, they were like, as all this is going down, two things happen. One, she gets a job, like, out in the private sector. She gets a big promotion. She gets a great job opportunity. So she puts in her resignation. And at the same time as that happens, we reach the certain size, and the people way up above our pay grade make a decision that we're going to start offering, rather than just being duty someone does, it's now being that each each building needs to have its own department under this, and so now you're going to have a full-time salaried position that does this. And I still did these other things, so I was like, look, I'll still keep on some of these other things that I do. But yeah, I'll do that, sure. I've just been trained in it, and I'll do it, and that's what I've been doing for the past 4 years. So, meanwhile, in the interim, I had a meeting. Well, there was like an office party where one of the guy that was my supervisor, when all this went down, him and I were, having some drinks at the bar at this, as everybody else kind of left the office party, him and I kind of closed the place down. And I was just like, dude, be real with me. Like, and with some liquid courage in me and some liquid truth serum in him, he was basically like, I fought for you. I did not agree with their move, but I was overridden by the big boss. And I'm like, why would she even care? Like, she's not knowing what's going on in her apartment. Now, he didn't go on and throw under the bus and let me know that it was the person that I suspected. So to this day, I'm not 100% sure, but there's only one of two things that could happen. Either my theory is correct, which it's my theory, so I obviously believe it to be correct, or the big boss at the time was, wanted to move me. But, yeah, and to this day, I don't know. I'll never fully know that. So anyway, flash forward to the part that I have kind of a gut in my stomach. Since then, all the leadership has turned over at my job. It's all been done. I've since moved on. I have moved my way up the ranks. I've done a million other things. I've really built my resume up to be extremely high. But since then, the lady that is kind of behind all this crap, the one that I believe pushed me out, and that even if she didn't, her and I have a terrible working relationship. We do not like one another. And that's just going to happen sometimes in life. We can be civil, work together, but I'm pretty sure we both, and I could just be, it could all be me. I'm not going to put it all on her. Like, it could all be 100% me having created this situation in my mind. Like, I don't know. But I do not get along with her. And she got a promotion, even higher, to where that other guy that used to run it, he moved off and out to the world. I think that's it for this, though. We got really bad luck on. We still did level up another one. Oh, I never did my point. Let's do that. Okay, so last time I gained the implosion, which is a cool one. Demonology. What is this? Did they change the way everything looks now? They did. It all Icy Veins looks different. I see. There's Soul Harvester. Diabolist is the better choice at any key level. So if I don't even know what I was playing before. But let's double check. Yeah, they've completely changed it. Let's make sure that I'm looking at the right thing. So I did gain the first two on that side. 2 and 2. 1 and 1. That's where we stopped over here. Okay, other side. First 3. Skip. Yes and yes. Okay. And the next tier. Yes, yes. And now we're picking summoning Felguard now. Felguard as a powerful melee combatant. Okay, I don't know how that's gonna go. Put that out. So now let's just try him out for a while. Maybe he's cooler than a Voidwalker.
You cannot command me.
Pretty cool. We're gonna give it a try. Alright, meanwhile, let's go over to... I mean, I'll fly through Winter Spring. There's one dude over there. So, yeah, so since then, that lady got promoted above me. Now she became my actual boss, one of the main bosses. All the other leadership has come in, and they since reopened. I didn't even attempt to re-get my old position back. By then, I had moved on, and also, why even waste my time? You know, I had already done it before, and now that lady was even going to have more authority over me, and I just, what's the point? So I just kept doing what I was doing, and by then I kept trying to get my own promotion. That's kind of been where my life has gone. I've since moved on. Oh, and by the way, icing on the cake, the guy that came up to me and said, "Hey man, no hard feelings, but I just want you to know I'm gunning for your job." They gave him my job, and I told my boss that. Later on, when all was said and done, when her and I had some like more one-on-one conversations, I told her, I was like, "Look, this is how it all went down," and you could tell like there was some pain. It hurt her to hear this, and I don't know. It might just hurt her because it's uncomfortable to be in a situation to look someone in the eye when you're gonna do something like that, or maybe not. You know, it might just been, or maybe the whole thing. Maybe she didn't know everything about everything. I really don't know, and I'll never really fully know. I doubt it. I mean, sure, maybe someday. I guess I'll know. Maybe someday I'll be like, "Can you just be real? Can you guys just really tell me for real what happened?" It's like one of my great life mysteries. So, fast forward again. So back, there is a lady they brought over at the beginning of this year, I believe, and she is now doing that role. There's a rhino over there. Okay. That other lady is the supervisor. And last week, they basically told her the same exact thing was happening to her. With no reasoning, no explanation why, with no previous indication that she was not performing well at her job, whatever. They informed her they were moving her out of that role and putting her into that same BS tuck you away role that they moved me into, where I wanted to like quit my job, for the, like end my career for the only time I've ever really wanted to end it, ever. And the only common denominators are
I
the
can't
fact.
use that.
Can't do that. Why?
I can't use that.
Oh, it's bugged. It's bugged and cannot be sold at a vendor, which also means it can't be disenchanted. Oh, good, good. I've had those ugly ones for a while. Those are even uglier. Why does she look so bad in shoulder pads? So, the lady is fine. I don't really interact with her much because I don't work in that department anymore. But, and my first thought was just that they did her dirty. Like, if you sucked at your job, whatever, you should know. But also, we got a new, like, main boss of the whole place because my other one retired. And when she came over, she brought this lady with her from her other place. So you follow your boss, who was your boss at the other place and is now the big boss. You follow her over and move out of your zone and essentially change your career around. And then within a year, they demote you. Because it's not technically a demote. That's you want. I think it's up there. Sometimes they're up here. We found this one before. Just not having good luck on rares today. I didn't say anything, but my only thought was just that, wow, I've been in that exact boat, and I know exactly how it feels, and the common denominators of it are most likely that the person in charge, the person who's going to be running, who runs that department, must not like the way you do things. And secondly, who wants your job? And all I'll say is, there is someone right now that is in real close with them. That all of the boys over there and that lady all like. And they're all buddy-buddy. And he 100% wants that job. And they've kind of made up this temporary role for him. And you have some, like, who did you not like? I mean, it could be anything, whatever. I don't freaking know. But so that doesn't make my... What makes me feel bad is, as soon as I heard the whole story and I connected the dots, I felt bad for her because the exact same thing happened to me. And it was terrible. I hated my job. I felt so betrayed. I was miserable at work. It's the worst thing. Like, if you can point to, like, oh man, I screwed up, and you can trace it to that, and know, like, it's on you, that's one thing. But when frickin' pettiness and machinations of others make you get knocked out of your job, that's a terrible feeling. And unfortunately, some people do play the game that way, and I'm naive. I think it's one of the main reasons I don't get promoted, is other than, you know, me not being able to just be smart politically. That's really it. Those are my reasons. I'm very effective at my job. I'm not smart politically. I don't like to play the BS game. And if you are doing, like, you're doing that sneaky little backstabby kind of crap, I don't like it. I keep thinking these things are rare. And I'm going to say something. Not just, I mean, nobody likes it, but I would usually say something about that. And I'm going to commiserate with my peers. Like, even my people that are under me, I'll commiserate with them. You can be sucky at your job, and I can tell you, hey man, we got to let you go. But even if I were to do that, I would tell you. Look, and I have told people before, like, look, you're gonna get fired, and here's why. This is why you suck at your job. Like, I'm gonna tell you right now, there are rules that you play by, and there are things that you do to make sure you're doing the bare, you know, make sure you're checking every box so that you keep your job, and you're not doing it. You know, like, I've had that conversation, that uncomfortable conversation with people before. Not that you can't do that, but I think there's a way to have it. And all too often, you get people in leadership that don't. And they think that, hey, if I can just tell you, like, if I can just make it whatever, or leave it vague, that it'll be okay. And I'd rather have you vaguely disgruntled and not knowing where to point your anger than know exactly what went down. But I'm not like that. Like, I think I'd be like, look, she doesn't like you. And I need, you know, she, whatever, we value her more than we value you. I mean, it might not be good leadership or whatever, but it could be like, or whatever, like, or don't do it. Don't succumb to, I don't know, man. I'm just a dude. I keep trying, and I hope that I'll get the opportunity to be the leader that I think people deserve. Maybe I won't. Maybe the way that I act, maybe my inability to shut my stupid mouth, maybe that kind of stuff is gonna get me. And I understand. I'm not saying that like a, hey, if I was just, you know, if the world was less soft. No, there's value to being politically smart. I know, like, there is a reason why my wife and my work partner are just telling me, like, dude, shut your freaking mouth. Go to work and work. Do not talk. Do not count your chickens before they're hatched. Just freaking go. And yeah, there's a reason why. And they're right. They are right. But anyway, so I was passing by this lady that I sympathize with, that I feel for, and that the exact same thing happened to me too. She's talking to someone in the hall, and she's obviously venting to that person. And she sees me, and she says, well, she looks at me and kind of points at me, and she's like, well, but at least I'm in good company. So I took that to mean, like, she knows that the same exact thing happened to me. And that she's connecting some of the same dots that I just laid out. I don't know if that's true, but that's how I took it. And I just pointed her back and I said, hey, you are right. You're in some good company. And then I was like, I heard what happened to you. That sucks. And, like, I feel your pain. And now one might argue, a real leader wouldn't say that. Wouldn't sympathize with the help. But, but that's not me. I would never do that. It's not going to happen. And if I had to work for a boss that would do that, I would be not cool with it. It's not the kind of boss I want to work for. I told you guys a story recently about how I quit my college Blockbuster video job because in my haughty pride, I basically said, and it was a good job. It was getting me through college just fine. But I said, and it was a coveted job. Like, people back then, people wanted to work at Blockbuster. And, you know, I told them, I don't even want to work for a company that would employ someone like you. Now, that's a little naive. Probably shouldn't have said that. I do regret that. But that is a perfect example of the kind of impulse. Like, when I think something is not fair, then I can be a jerk. I can be, like, childish almost about it. And just because I think it's not fair doesn't mean it's always right. Like, I would 100% say, like, that's my number one flaw. And, you know, hey. So anyway, then she was like, well, what do you mean? You heard, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, look, hey, I can't, I was running from one thing to the next. I was like, hey, I don't have time to talk right now, but, you know, you're in good company or whatever. Like, yeah, I agree with you. I kind of tried to sort of shut it down and just go with it. And so all that being said, I feel like, hey, that's fine. Like, I didn't do anything wrong. But then, on the way home from work, she texted me. And she texted me like this almost incriminating text where she says, what do you mean? I want to really talk to you about what you heard about why I was demoted. Because I still don't know why. And I'm like, whoa. And I'm reading the text, I'm like, whoa. I never said any time that I heard that you were, that I had some answer. I never heard. Nobody told me why. That's above my pay grade. And then at the same time, I didn't even want to get all defensive in the text. I'm like, I don't want anything in writing that could be traced to this. Because it's not true. Just so evidence out there, in the off chance that some authority is one of my 1,500 subscribers and watches this video. Hey, thanks, guys. I wish you would come up to my face and tell me that at work. So I could know someone that I actually know in person. Man, that's cool. That'd be cool. But I just so my wife's was like, you should have been like vehemently like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, no, like I wanted to answer it diplomatically. I wanted to answer it in a way where I do not acknowledge that what she said was true or not true, but that I also do not get defensive and start a debate on text with a he said, she said. So my strategy, whenever I'm in a situation like this, is to just pivot and change the subject and try to change this thing over to a let's talk in person kind of thing. So I just basically said something to the effect of like, we should, like, I think it's a good idea if we, or no, not even that. I didn't even say it's a good idea. I think I said like, hey, if you want, I would be happy to talk with you about your situation and share how I handled it and navigated it when the exact same thing happened to me. So I felt like that was pretty good. I was patting myself on the back. My wife was like, "You idiot! Why would you do that?" She didn't say it mean like that, but she's like, "Oh my gosh!" Like, she's like, "I just like," she wants to like smack me on the back of the head. She's like, "You should not. You should." So you guys might agree with my wife and everybody else. My wife and my partner, the people that care about me, maybe agree with them. But I was just like, look, and then she said, like, she sent another one. She's like, yeah, I really don't know what happened, and I would like, and it still really, it really hurts. Like, I just don't understand it, and I'm confused, and it hurts. And I just said, hey, I 1000% can sympathize with how you feel, and that's true. I do. So I don't think what I said was that bad. And I also felt like, so when I heard this whole thing happen, my heart really went out to her, because the same thing happened to me, and it was terrible. And I think if I had someone out there that was able to say, hey, the same thing happened to me, you're not alone, I think maybe that would have made me felt better. But not, you know. So, I don't know. So my like heart went out like from the beginning. I actually wanted to talk to her like right away, and my wife and Joanne were both like, do not talk to her. Do not say anything. You are in the middle of trying to navigate your own kind of situation. You need to just stop. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna say anything. And then this happened. But on the other hand, like, yeah, like, I really do. I feel like a human-to-human obligation to talk to this person. My wife's like, you don't know this person, really. Like, you're not super close with her. She might use whatever you say as a leg up. And that's true. Like, that is accurate. Like, you know, people do that kind of crap all the time. And it's not wrong. Wife's not wrong. Of course she's not wrong. So, I don't know. I mean, I said I would talk to her, and I will. I gotta just be careful. I don't want to say anything that's gonna, like, take my suppositions about what happened and turn that into, this is what I think happened. Like, I gotta be clear, like, hey, this is what I think. Like, this is what happened to me. And what I would ask myself if I was you is, do any of these things sound like they could have happened to you? Do you get the inclination that you rubbed anybody the wrong way? Is there someone gunning for your job? And I would say that she's being honest with herself, or she's self-aware. The answer to both of those questions would be yes. I know how it goes. Okay, this is... for, what are they called? General Fangfarer. So that does, though, it does put that in the pit of my stomach. Like, oh man, this is why I suck. This is why I'm going nowhere, because I finally have, like, maybe an opportunity to change my career a little bit, which I've been stagnating for a while. And then I'm setting all these little freaking landmines all over the place. Unnecessary landmines where if I just shut my mouth, put my head down, they're all completely avoidable, self-created. Like I can't live without the drama. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, part of me wants to, like, never succeed. I don't know what it is. I really don't know what it is. It's like this crazy self-destructive crap. And I wish I would just turn it off. I wish I could just... Every day I'm like, man, okay, be smart tomorrow. Be good. And then I'm not. So... I don't know, man. I don't know. But in the other thing, I don't feel like I'm like putting my foot in my mouth. I feel like I'm treating others the way that I would want to be treated, but I don't know if I was a leader would I want that? Like would I want people like my subordinates or people that are supposed to be on my side? But then again, you know, it's a different thing. Like I've had this conversation, like, if you suck, I feel like it's okay to tell you, you suck, man, and if you don't change X, Y, and Z. And I've had that conversation with, like, subordinates before. But, like, when things happen, and I really, truly feel that the only reason that they're happening is, like, office politics, I can only get behind it so far. Alright. I guess I'll take that. A little bit more haste. And it's an actual rogue. And we leveled up. So not going good on the level up front today. We're going very slow. I think it's just 2.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Language.
Nice.
Okay. Let's do this next one. So we did Demonic Fortitude last time. Now we're skipping Banish, which is the banishing the demon. Yeah, because I feel like we could control the demon if we really wanted to, even though Banish is kind of cool. We're going to pick Curse of Exhaustion. Slow. Alright. So, okay. Now I'm moving my curses down here.
I need a target.
Okay, so why not? I guess it's good to have a slow, right? It's nice to have that in your arsenal. Go with Lady Suspira down here. So if everything works the way it does, like, I will. Maybe I'll have to knock myself out of a job without even a promotion. Maybe I'm screwed. Maybe. I don't know. I hope not. I don't think anything I've done or said... Like, what could it... I mean, I say, what could it really accomplish? But it could make it to where... The worst case scenario, I would guess it could happen with me. Then if they call me for a recommendation... Then my boss could be like, no, man, like, he's a chatty Cathy or whatever. Like, you can't trust him. And that's valid. Like, that's a way that this could shoot me in the foot. And it's valid. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if I have a sort of a justification for what I do or anything. And I do feel, now the only positive thing is if I do end up getting an opportunity to move to this other place, it's with best boss I've ever had, and I don't think that he would run his shop that way. Him or his seconds, like, he surrounds himself with people that are really, like, high integrity. They're all, like, all of them are the girls and the boys, whether it's a cheerleading coach, a wrestling coach, or whatever. They're all former coaches, and there's just a way of dealing with your employees, with your players. Yeah. What do I say? Can't tell. I gotta look and see what she said. Just, I thought it was important, but... Oh. I think I know what she said. Got it. I'll talk to her. It's nothing important, though. I mean, it's cool, but it's just something her and I have been working towards for a while. She's just basically telling me that, like, we finally paid off that we've been working for a while. I don't know why she's blowing me up now while she's at work about that, but hey, it's okay. It's not anything scary. Like, I'm like, what is she? Just like sending me pictures of like our statements and stuff. I'm like, what is going on? What is happening? Did we get like hacked or something? Did someone steal our credit card? She's happy. She's sharing her joy with me. What's going on?
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Alright, so let's swoop along here. We'll go down, go over here. So anyway, sorry, sometimes I get these episodes too where I'm like, I don't even end up talking. It's really that time of year where I'm just, my head, that's the downside of kind of making a show like this and not having a partner. I would love to have a partner to do this show with, because then you can stay on tack, because when it's just me, I'm kind of like beholden and stuck with what's in my mind, and I'm so busy at work right now, and it's such a heavy, and there's so much going on that's what's on my mind, and there's nothing to derail me. I don't have a script. I do have my other project I talked to you about, my history project, and I do intend on like actually writing a loose script for that each time and editing my own self and deleting myself when I get some Erothan's ghost. So if you want to see what I could look like if I stay on task, but I can't even do that. As we just talked about, I can't even do that, even if it means to get like a real job, a real promotion, a real other opportunity. And to be fair, I'm hoping for a promotion. But what I have as a back burner is not a promotion, it's a lateral move. It's just, as I mentioned on the other episode, it's a lateral move I'm hoping to make to shake things up when I've been at the same place for a decade, to get under some leadership that I really loved working under back in the day, that also has a much bigger area that has a lot of, that I think will have more opportunities for me. That's all. So it's kind of exciting in that sense. It's closer to my house, and just little things. What? These little stealthy dudes. So right now I don't have anything lined up. I just have a change lined up, but I'm to the point where like the change feels really exciting, and I think, and I don't even have it really officially lined up yet. I just have an informal verbal handshake. So, we'll see what actually happens. What is this person? This one's nuts? Is that like a squirrel? This is nuts. I like this quest. I do look forward to doing these quests together. I wonder if this is a kind of a phased event. I wonder if this one only spawns on the phase part. So, we're underground. It could be under. I don't see nuts. There's too much variables about what could be happening right there. Alright, one last spot here. General Fang. Actually, I did that one. Yeah. I already got it. one more right here. I don't think I got this. Oh, it didn't even open it either. Something. Oh, maybe that was it. I don't know. Maybe there's a beach hut over here. Alright, so now it's... What next? We're going down... Now, the whole point of that was to zoom on down so we can now go to the Northern Barrens. And what are our Northern Barrens quests? That was all that in the bag of chips. Ignition, escape. Wait. Alright, so we've raised a couple levels. What's our time? We have about half an hour left. We're not gonna be able to pull off. Best case scenario, we'll get maybe 2 more levels up and we'll be around 28. But that still is a maybe. We can maybe hit around level 30. What's tomorrow? Yeah, so yeah, it's still gonna be one more level prep tomorrow, one way or another. Okay, salmon flange, no, but the ignition and the escape. Now should get a little bit more fast and heavy right now. 2 quests right here. Look for the ignition and the escape. Okay. He's not there, so... He sometimes has like a respawn. I don't like this. I see the sludge guy there. Yeah, that's a rare. Okay. Yeah, kind of a bummer that we got Curse of Exhaustion. Not as sexy. Alright. Got that, dude. The other one's Foreman Grills. And then there's the 2 quests. Oh, I just saw Tech the Leaper. That bad boy. There are 3 potential rares right here. Whoa! What the freak? I literally don't think I've ever seen that. Where'd he go? Where'd he leap to? I don't think I've ever seen that before. Where'd he go? There he is. Get him this time. That's crazy. I don't think I've ever killed this guy. I've certainly never caught him leaping around like that. Funny. I don't know how I feel about this legionary dude yet. I guess so far it's pretty cool. It's fine. The other one. Okay. Cool. Check the leaper. Engineer Whirlywig and Foreman Grills. Maybe. He's sorry. Oh, did they just kill the sludge beast? Okay. This guy hunting for rares too. Trying to give me your quest. Oh, did I already do it, maybe? Maybe I already did this quest. Very possible. I wonder if that's what happened. I wonder. We might have already did it. Okay, so then there's maybe a couple. Oh, this guy's zooming up there too. I don't need this supervisor, dude. Alright, so we're out of here. I think. Foreman Gills, don't know him. And it looks, if you look around, like we've been in this zone. One way or another. Okay, what's next? If we did those two. Harpy Raiders, Harpy Lieutenants. Okay. Wrathorion and Stonearm. Wrathorion is inside the cave, isn't he? No, he's not. He's up here. There he is. Yeah, my Demon Hunter, my Legionnaire versus. Got him. Ah, so many meetings today. I am freaking meetinged out, I'll tell you that much. It's down there. Could be here. Just got B up. It's actually kind of in a situation like this, anyway. Yeah, because then as long as his V is up, and it's gonna help me load it. Load it for me a little bit. Are they all coming out here now? What the heck are we doing? Oh, he's got like a little AoE to him. So anyway, sorry for the weekly, whatever, what, BS dump that I just put on you guys. What's happening? Why is it getting darker?
Need to target something first.
Okay, let's summon. Third one.
Don't waste my time, listen.
I wonder if it's like he's better at PvP or something. I mean, not PvP. AoE, that's what I was trying to do. Maybe he triggers the other more. Like, as of right now, I have no idea what makes him different. I have a lot of triggers from that, though. Maybe he triggers that. Okay. Alright. Strong in the arm. It looks as though Harpy Raiders has not been picked up. You know what? We could check the ignition quest. Ignition. I should probably put Warcraft. I can't just type the word Warcraft. And there you go. Let's check it out. We want retail. No, I haven't done it. Okay, so he just wasn't spawned. So I guess if I haven't done that, that means I most likely have not quested out here, so... Well, at least I did that little zoomer. Over. But when I saw I haven't done this one, I'm like, well, wait a minute. What? Would I just do that one quest? No, probably not. It was probably just because that other guy was right there. He does have a little bit of a respawn. Other people are doing them. Alright, so what's positive? What else is going on in the world? Our world. Oh yeah, like I said, I got the research project working on. I started to... I actually didn't really get into this on my lore of Final Fantasy, but there is a guy that basically is doing a better version, one might argue, of what I'm doing. He's not even here, so that means he is being taken. He's been taken on his ride right now. Trying to find a spot to sit so I can perch and watch. Oh. Okay. Alright. In case these guys came, any of these Foreman rares. Also... Where's the quest? Where'd he go? Did he get... He had to have just done this little bunka 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 escort. We saw the other guy here. I just don't know how much of a respawn it is. Well, I guess I could come back. I don't have to wait all this time. Just come back. Okay. I did the rares in the area. Alright, fine. Go do Harpy Raiders. Come back instead. It's Harpy Raiders and Harpy Lieutenants. Yeah, they chain together. Pretty good chain. Time check. 15-20 minutes. Okay. We'll get to at least 27. We were at 24, I think. So really poor. I mean, we did do a little bit extra because we had to spend 20 minutes, but it really is not good.
Farewell.
We're not leveling up quickly today. We had worse luck on rares. It's all in all some voodoo. Okay, so we need 6 Witchwing talents. Different before. Okay, a second one. Got him. Alright, so we're working our way through these Witchwing Talons for the whateverth time. And we really do have, like, a bunch to do. And we've got 2 more Horde characters to level. We have no more, I don't think we have any more Alliance characters to level. And... we do. We do have all Horde. It's like, for whatever reason, that's just... GleeCon got all... Oh, we didn't get one. Not 100%. Bam, bam, bam. That's pretty cool. Okay. I like this. I think this is a little more spread out. And leveling up is a little more smooth right now. Okay. Okay.
I'm out of range.
Rogue feather. Got it. Okay, that one's done. Now it's just going to be the Slayers. And we're going to go for Sister Rathnicus or whatever her name is. Ah, just ran out of time. Okay, so this time we need 8. No, 6. My bad. Where is Sister Rathnicus? She should be right here. So she just might not. Oh, it didn't count as a Slayer. It did. You will pay for my sister's death. What sister? Is that Sister Rathnicus? Sister Rathnicus dead? Is that what's happening? If they're all bummed about it? Maybe. I don't know. Okay, I see no Sister Rathnicus. Kind of running out of Slayers to kill. There's one up there. This guy. Okay. And then I think we have a third one where you can kill the whatever she is, princess or queen or whatever, another sister. And that gives you Serena Blood Feather, yeah. That's neat. so... And that is one of our things, right? Okay, so and then this is gonna have been a nice little just trilogy wham bam bam. Go get some decent XP. Maybe, depending on how quick and lucky we are on questing. Why they're coming at me with this crap? Okay, so this one we gotta fly back to turn in. Then we'll go try that ignition one more time because that's another quick wham bam. This one should level us up to 27.
Blood and thunder.
Oh, I got a ring.
Victory.
Do I need report to Thork? Alright, so that did give me a ring. Nice. But I did already have a couple, but... Alright, so let's try this one again. While we're going over here, we're going to look over... Last time we got the summon Fell Hunter. We are skipping Infernal Rapidity, which is when the Wild Imps cast the Foul Firebolt, they have a 10% chance to make another, like, double strength or triple strength firebolt. We're going to start picking... We're not doing that. Because we want to shoot them. We don't want them shooting. Reduce casting time and damage of Shadow Bolt. There we go. And I'm going to pick that twice. So that's actually nice, even though it's a passive one. That is actually a good one, because I'm casting Shadow Bolt all the time. Now, it's buffing my casting of Shadow Bolt, and I'm going to do that twice. I actually... What the heck, bro? Why can I not do this turn? It said true when it said false when I asked if I could complete this quest.
Talk to me.
Yeah, so what was the quest? Ignition. I did that. Warcraft. I keep forgetting to add that in. Oh, this is the wrong ignition quest. This is the one. Dang it. It is. I did do it. So for whatever reason, I did like those two quests. Okay. What's next? Kolkar leaders consumed by... I think that one's down there. Yeah. Kolkar leaders. Kolkar leaders consumed by hatred. Right? No. Kolkar... Yeah. Consumed by hatred is the Quillbore one. This is just a one-off. At some point we'll have to go turn in Until Death Do Us Part also, so that's part of our journey here. Maybe if I ever make it back to Eastern Kingdoms. I might never go home.
Peace, friend.
Alright, just kill Barak Kodobane. Is this guy's thing? What's his quest? This one's pretty quick. Okay, so 27 it is. And more damage and more speed, just a nice overall buff. Shadow Bolt, love it. Got him. Got him. Okay. Just part of a quest line that we can maintain.
Well met. Greetings.
Okay, tangled thread gloves.
Be careful.
Excellent. Yes, those are much better. Alright, consumed by hatred. That's... what's his name? Pretty sure that's this dude. We'll be over there soon enough. Pretty sure consumed by hatred is the... what's his name? Ahn'Qiraj?
Loktar.
Yeah. Alright, so this is just kill a bunch of Quillbore out the wazoo. This. Alright, where are we at on time as we continue to wrap it? We have 5 minutes. Alright, this is probably our last quest for the day. So, still pretty under. Tomorrow we should still make pretty good progress. We should get to 30 and then start the questing process. How will that work? Not necessarily killing 30 Quillbores, we need 30 tusks. That might amount to killing 30. Or it might be a little tough. Every now and then I think we can get 2 from one. It's probably going to at least still be killing 20. Bam, bum, bum. See, that time we got 2. Not an herbalist. Oh, no, she's an herbalist. They just got another elixir of giant growth. Alright, so this is good. You actually feel a little stronger now in doing this quest, so doing that last upgrade, so I can't complain. And that implosion, that one feels good too. Like, ones on the right side definitely make me feel better offensively. Although when I had Curse of Exhaustion, yeah, that was a left side one, so I guess I can't make it. I mean, I shouldn't be that surprised. That one felt like nothing. About halfway done with this one now. Let's fly to the next spot. Dabba 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 da. Da 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 da. That I talked about this movie the other day on here. I watched that octopus movie, the Remarkably Intelligent Creatures, and overall, a little fluff of a movie. I wouldn't say I don't recommend it, but it's definitely it's fluff. Friday night fluff for sure, or whatever. But sometimes you need that in your life. But in that movie, one of the main characters is he plays like a kind of a struggling artist kind of guy that wants to play in a band. And at one point, he goes to like an open mic night to sing, and he sings this song that's kind of been stuck in my head ever since then. That from Pablo Honey from the first Radiohead album. Very good, low-key, super good album. You know, the Benz is a sort of classically popular Radiohead. But really, I mean, I'm honestly, I don't know if I'm in the minority. I don't know where I fall in the grand scheme of things. But I pretty much like all the Radiohead albums. It kind of was like they each represent different periods of my life. They just came out at the perfect time. Like, you know, I was young teenager when Pablo Honey came out, and so that's a time when you're kind of exploring and listening to music, when you'll put a radio on, well, you'll put the CD on, and you'll just, back then, CD, and you'll like listen to music over and over again until you have all of the lyrics memorized. Then, so when I was young and learning music, like learning what I liked, that was part of the conversation, that was part of my rotation of what I was playing. And then, not long after, I'm in my high school years, and that's when the Bends come out, and that was just a banger. That was just a, you know, everybody was singing the words to Creep, and I was right there along with it. I don't think I even knew anyone that was like, no, I hate that. And then, what was next? Was it OK Computer that was next? I'd have to look it up. I'm trying to remember which one it was. The very next one. The reason why I always have a hard time, like, which one was exact, is because when it came out, that was like late high school, early college phase, and I ripped it and I made my own, like, I drew my own cover for it, and jammed to it. It was just disarming here. I mean, disenchanting. But I really like that one in some ways. In some ways, that might be my favorite one. Okay, we're disenchanting all these. A couple oh, that was Nog. No, she did the Nog's ring? She was my character I did that with, huh? Jeez. That feels like a while ago.
Nice.
Strength and honor.
Okay, we got a wedding dress to wear. Okay. That's actually kind of cool, I guess. Ahn'Qiraj's old wedding garments. Sad, but cool. Alright, so the next, I think that's going to be our stopping point. The next quest for us, let's set us up, is going to be fun. So we're going to go into Crossroads. And knowing that we've kind of done Stone Arm, I guess we'll hunt for just real quick. We'll hunt for these last two. Oh gosh, I shouldn't even do it because Time is ticking, ticking, ticking. I don't see any. Maybe we'll take that as a sign. Issue. Oh, that could be anybody. We'll look at those next time we get them. Go. Alright, so pretty good. We got 27 and a half. We got about 2.5 levels to go before we'll start. So we should be able to do that and then start working on what you call it tomorrow. So deal with this. That should be tomorrow's episode on Thursday. Alright, everybody, thank you so much for watching, for listening as always, and for tuning in. You know I love you, and I'll see you guys on the very next episode of Lore of Warcraft. This one's in the pipe. 5x5.